Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we've got ourselves a dandy as the Dallas Stars come to San Jose to take on the San Jose Sharks. Both teams coming off victories, both teams striving toward the playoffs as the San Jose Sharks coming out of nowhere here are securely in a wild card spot as we chat today. There's so much great action happening around the NHL, so we'll be keeping a tab on that as well. But this is all about Team Teal, and can they extend their winning streak to 3 games? Can they gain some ground in the Pacific Division? This should be a fun matchup to be watching here and react to. And hopefully you can stick around as long as you possibly can and have a great time with us here. And it's not just me, of course, hosting you this afternoon. It is also the mascot of Twisted Wrister Hockey, and that is Cortana. Cortana, would you like a treat? Good girl. All right. And of course, Cortana will be getting all the treats when the Sharks or the Stars score a goal. And if anybody wants to toss a super chat our way and contribute to the Cortana Treat Fund, we will be more than happy to give her another one on your behalf. Vanessa, what's going on? Good afternoon. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. This would certainly make my weekend better, even though it's off to a good start. Sharks lineup, not really any big changes. Michael Misa, John Klingberg, these guys are back to practicing, but they're not expected to be playing today. Looks like Nedeljkovic should be in the net. He played against Columbus, and I thought was really probably the best out there for San Jose. What's going on? We got Cam Ward fan in the building. Thank you both for joining us. It's always great when people from other fan bases decide to at least stop by and say hello, because we do. Even though we're Sharks fans here, we are fans of the NHL at large. So thank you for joining us, everybody, and hope you're having a pleasant weekend. And we'll be here, of course, all game. Stars, I don't know who they're actually expected to start in net today. I think it's going to be Casey DeSmith, who's off to a really great start this season. 17 games played, rocking a .916 save percentage and a 2.33 goals against average with a shutout. So he is definitely fortifying that position for them, as now they can, of course, win games as a tandem. You got over a cold, so you're happy. Well, thank God. That's fantastic news, because sometimes those things just linger for weeks, even when you've killed off like 90% of it. Riley's in the building. Hello, good afternoon to you. And yeah, we've already had some NHL action going on with, I know the Bruins and Rangers were playing earlier today. I think that's a final now. Holy, do my eyes deceive me? The Bruins beat the Rangers 10-2. 10-2. Can you believe that, man? We knew things with the Rangers have been underwhelming, to say the least, but that is just, oh my goodness. You got to make a change somewhere. Chris Drury, Mike Sullivan, I have no idea, man. They are absolutely lost. The other game in action right now, the Calgary Flames have a 1-0 lead over the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins are coming in scorching hot. I think they actually are the hottest team in the NHL, or at least not named the Tampa Bay Lightning. As for the Sharks, no surprise here. In their last game, it was Macklin Celebrini dragging them to victory, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. When the Sharks had to empty their net down 3-2, Macklin dekes, I forget who it is, out of his skates, gets it through the 5-hole, ties it up, and then, of course, the Sharks win in overtime with Celebrini stripping the puck away from a Kings skater, getting it over to William Eklund, with Darcy Kemper giving his best effort to dive and stop that puck, and then Eklund buries it. First ever, I don't know what a dark match is, but must be pretty exciting, so way to go. Packers and Bears are on Prime, and as a Vikings fan, I will be gladly hate watching that game. I hope it's a close one, though. I know the Packers season has not ended particularly well, so hopefully they'll be able to give Chicago a run for their money. And the Stars, by the way, they're coming off a victory of their own. It was a convincing 4-1 win over the Washington Capitals. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. A lot of people here like wrestling. I mean, I don't know who would have been the big ticket when I grew up. I mean, that was like Steve Austin, really. But yeah, I never really got into it. After the first game today, there have been 43, almost 4,400 goals scored. I'm sure that we'll get comfortably above 4,400 though once we get through today's games. So yeah, we'll have the puck drop in just a little bit here, as you know, these games usually actually start about 12 minutes after the hour. But yeah, the Sharks, they've had several games at this time spot so far this year. It's not very common for them to have these afternoon home games, but last weekend, I just hope it doesn't go as bad as it did against the Tampa Bay Lightning. But yeah, the Dallas Stars have already played the Sharks twice this year and have won both games. The first one was looking pretty close for about 2 periods, and then the Stars just pulled away. So winning 4-1 in the first matchup, and then they won the second matchup by a score of 5-3. I have Swedish commentary. Oh, cool. I guess you don't get that for too many NHL games. I'm just trying to think. How many Swedish players do the Sharks have right now? Well, Klingberg, I know my pronunciation is not the true Swedish pronunciation, but Klingberg, you of course have Wenberg, Eklund. We actually had a whole line where everybody's last name was Lund. It was Cameron Lund, who was, I think, American, William Eklund, and Fabian Zetterlund. Danelle, what's going on? Hey, my guy, I hope you did not watch any of that Rangers game that just finished not too long ago. How's Cortana doing? She's doing wonderful. She is going to be a birthday girl next weekend. She turns 12 years old. But I say 12 years young because she's in such great shape. Her internal health is excellent as far as I can tell. So yeah, she's doing really good. Let's see here. Leading scorers, by the way, on the 12 years old. She's still young. I mean, I treat her like she's still young, and you know, she plays with me at least twice a day, and she wants to keep playing. I just have to get inside for work and whatnot. But yeah, she's in great shape. I think she's got at least. I'm confident she'll at least get to probably 15. The Bruins destroyed the Rangers today, 10-2. By the way, I sat through that whole thing. Oh wow, yeah. If you're a Rangers fan, how are you feeling right now? Oh my God, you did watch that? Oh wow, my condolences. I can't imagine sitting through that. Actually, wait, the Sharks were just that bad a year or two ago, right? Kid Q, what's going on? We definitely have a dog fan in the chat with the Team Canada jersey. By the way, what do you guys think of those Team Canada jerseys for the Olympics? I actually don't think they're that bad. I kind of like the black one, and folks, I think I'm in the minority when I say that. What's crazy, the Lightning, last time I checked, have 11 players heading to the Olympics. Yeah, I think they have at least 10. You were rooting against the Rangers. Well, that's good. Let's see here. Somebody's gonna get traded over that, or who knows? I mean, could there be an executive change? Maybe. That's just crippling, though. If you know, here they were, looking like they were turning things around about 4 years ago with a quick rebuild. Guys, the quick rebuild just does not work. You max out at a certain level, and you're not going to get any higher. I mean, like look at the LA Kings. They kind of remind me of the Rangers in that. Okay, maybe the Rangers have a little bit more playoff success, but neither team has been able to, progress much further with what was only a 3-year rebuild for them. Two, almost 3 hat tricks in one game. Really? Wow. They should have pulled Jonathan Quick sooner than they did. I mean, what would have really sucked if they were on a back-to-back, because if Shesterkin played, let's say, the night before, then they'd have to just ride out Quick for most of it. What's going on, Nick? How you doing, man? Or Nick Overtime? I shouldn't even just take it for granted that your name is Nick. Can you believe how incredibly awful the Devils have become? Yeah, now they're even sitting out Dougie Hamilton, I hear. Carter Hart's week to week. Oh, Vegas goaltending, man. They can't catch a break these days. Rumored jerseys, the hometown remix. I did, yeah. I am not a fan of the MLB's City Connect series. I think that most of those jerseys are pretty god awful. I like when jerseys are true to the actual team's brand. So I think it's going to get. I mean, they're new jerseys. I'm sure that lots of people are going to be happy about it, but I'm skeptical. Let's just say. All right, so we're just about to drop the puck here. Shesterkin's on IR. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I have seen a highlight of his injury, but I can't even remember how long ago that was. Excuse me. Uh, let's see here. Yeah, you were at the last or at a recent game, the Sharks in the Wild. That must have been a ton of fun. Yep, we are underway here from SAP Center, home of the Sharks. Let's go. Oh yeah, that's right. I have the goal horns on my little soundboard too. And Hintz is going to shoot, and Nedeljkovic an easy save on the first shift of the game. Yeah, not to mention, I mean, it's not much better if you like the Devils. Yeah, if you're a fan of New York teams, at least you have the Islanders. But God, 10-2, 9-0, there's really no difference between them. Any jersey currently on my wish list. I'll say something about that in just a moment here. Nedeljkovic, big kick save. And he has to sprawl to cover that one up. But, you know, I've been out of the jersey collecting game for some time, unfortunately. Although about 2 weeks ago, I finally got one that I wanted for a while. It's a Sharks jersey. I got the Cali Finn, the black one. But I want to get the the 35th anniversary jersey. So that's probably on my list for this year. And there are some, Adidas jerseys that are still available on like sportsk.com that I could pick up, like a Carolina white Whalers jersey. All right. Sharks trying to get this cleared. They'll skate it up. They got the top line out. That's Chernyshov. And that's Macklin. Eklund, he's going to get this loose puck and send it to the point and blocked by Heiskanen off the shot from Liljegren. Favorite Disney movie? I mean, if we're talking like traditional Disney movies, 2D animation, it's got to be Robin Hood. Yeah, that's a classic. I mean, all the characters are animals. It's got some fun music too. All right, Stars are going to fire it all the way down. That's going to come on an icing, though. Live action, I mean, I'd have to really search the memory vault there, but maybe I would say, I mean, the Mighty Ducks would be close to the top there. Disney's technically Remember the Titans as well. The Hometown Remix Jersey Series for next year reminds you of MLB City Connect or NBA City Edition, NFL Color Rush jerseys. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to see a Color Rush series here either, or the NFL rivalry jerseys. A few of those were pretty cool. Since I'm from the Bay Area, do I like the 49ers rivalry jerseys? I don't know if I've seen them in an actual game. I like those. Yeah. Oh, here's Skinner. Oh, and just wide of DeSmith's glove off the turnover. His Sharks are buzzing a little bit here. Here's Graf. He's trying to. Oh, he sends it to the net, and nice read there by DeSmith because it didn't look like he was actually trying to shoot that. Love to see Nashville do a navy blue jersey. Yeah, it's time to get them back in navy blue for sure. Going to watch two different Carolina games today. Oh yeah, that's right, because the Panthers and Rams are about to kick off here. Good luck to the Panthers. They're gonna need it. So the Sharks will take this draw. And now Harley's going to chip this out. Disney did Remember the Titans. I was watching Sons of Anarchy. I didn't know Ryan Hurst, who played Gary in the movie, played Opie in the series. Oh, really? I'd have to go back. It's been forever since I watched Remember the Titans. Yeah. Dude, one of the tragic TV deaths of all time is Opie in Sons of Anarchy. They wore the Niners wore the black rivalry jerseys against the Seahawks. That's right. Yeah, where the Seahawks tried to be University of Oregon. That was kind of weird. All right, Dallas has 3 shots already. Sharks just 1 so far. That was Colin Graff getting that on goal. Good pressure by the Sharks here, drawing deploying the defenseman down. But now Dallas is going to chip this out. And we'll get probably a couple changes over the boards here as Iorio is trying to start a zone entry, and Toffoli is going to slap it around. The Sharks actually, you can actually get a beer at the tank that Tyler Toffoli helped collaborate on. Some sort of Pilsner with field work, which is probably one of the more artisanal breweries in the Bay Area. Chernyshov shoots and pad save to Smith. Good keep in by Ferraro, though. All I see is I will not quack at Cortana. I think it'll be funny to see Florida play in a fully pink. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Panthers are supposedly wearing a pink jersey next year for that new edition. That's goofy. But I mean, you got to give it a try. You got to try it at least once, because when people make jersey concepts, a lot of the time they have the Panthers wearing kind of like, neon colors. A shot. Oh, Chernyshov denied by DeSmith. Still alive, though. Good pressure from the Sharks' top line. So it looks like San Jose has their legs so far. And now they're going to chip this down. Tracking it there was Heiskanen and Johnston. I mean, gosh, look at all this star talent, top line out there right now. Johnston, Heiskanen's out there on defense. Mikko Rantanen. It's one reason why I picked Dallas to be the Stanley Cup champion this year. Now chipped into the zone by Gaudette. Rantanen works it up the boards. And a good back check there from Jeff Skinner, who, I mean, I'd like to see a little bit more offensively from Skinner, but I can't say that it's for a lack of effort, because he is trying out there. He's just doesn't have the spark that he used to. Duchesne shot and blocked by Leddy. Now behind the net for Ritskovian, who has one of the most difficult to spell last names in the NHL. Now Iorio is going to steer this around the net. Sharks regrouping. First 5 minutes and change gone by. Chernyshov now behind the net. He's got Eklund, who had the winning goal in the previous game. Shot from Iorio. Can't quite get through the traffic. Ferraro hunts it down. And now Eklund will feed Ferraro. He shoots to Smith. Loose puck. Celebrini from the slot, and it ramps off of somebody. Still alive in the zone, though. Iorio playing catch at the blue line, and gloved by DeSmith, as the pressure from San Jose early on looks very good. Yeah, that's right. I'm a Vikings fan. It's so funny because I said we'd go to the playoffs this year, but we'd only win 9 games. So I actually got something right, albeit we won all those games when it meant nothing. I still think the NHL robbed us of a Nashville versus Carolina Winter Classic, even if it wouldn't be in Bristol, Tennessee. Give it to us. Yeah, that's kind of a fun matchup watching those two teams play, because they only played together in the same division one time, but they of course had a fun playoff series there. All right. Thoughts on the Winter Classic game from last Friday, jerseys overall? I didn't love the matchup. I liked that the Rangers wore something like their 100th anniversary. I think that's very, very classy. It just didn't quite pair so well with what the Panthers were doing. Kind of hard for the Panthers to look like an old franchise, but I thought their jersey itself was like decent. So overall, the jerseys were fine. They just didn't go too well together, Vegas and San Jose Winter Classic. Yeah, That'd be fun to watch. I mean, Sharks fans definitely have one or two ideas for where an outdoor game could be played, and hopefully Vegas has an idea for hosting one of their own at some point, or at least a stadium series or something like that. All right, DeSmith's gonna. Oh, he didn't cover the puck there. He's gonna keep. He's gonna play it over to his teammate, and now all the way down for Nedeljkovic, and he's trying to steer that one out of harm's way. Sharks goalie's not the best track record of handling the puck this year. Is Fanatics going to make Reverse Retro 3.0? We don't know yet, but I think that they have been considering it. Do I like the Bruins and Lightning Stadium Series jerseys? Bruins, no. Just too much. What? Too much white on those. Lightning ones were just kind of like Tampa Bay. Nothing that offends me so much, but it doesn't really do it for me. It's okay. I like they have the do they have that Gasparilla kind of logo on the shoulder? I can't remember, but I just don't know why they don't put that on the front of the jersey. Anyway, we've got a commercial break here. First one of the period. Nothing. Sharks looking good so far. The Winter Classic next year is going to be Avalanche and Mammoth in Utah. Yeah, I think that's great. Hopefully it could be kind of snowy there. That would be terrific. At least on the mountains, right? It'll be a great view. Favorite cup final of the 2020s? In terms of the hockey itself, I might go with Avalanche over the Lightning. Or I might go with, the Panthers over the Oilers just because, I was really, cheering for the Panthers for the most part for their playoff run. Allegiant Stadium would be good for Winter Classic. I can't remember, though. Isn't that fully indoors? Rangers are still undefeated in outdoor games at 6-0. Yeah, and the Blackhawks, I think they've only won one out of 5 or 6. I like what I see so far. Sharks have jump. Top line looks pretty fresh. And it's just mind-boggling when I look at the standings right now and they show the playoff picture, and the Sharks are in the first wild card right now, tied with Mammoth in points, but the Sharks have played 2 fewer games. Question is now, can they find a way to make up ground against a team like Seattle or even Edmonton? I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't know if Seattle's going to stay hot, though, for that matter. It's an indoor stadium, yeah. I mean, they could still play a game there. It's just that it doesn't have the same feel of a Winter Classic. Okay, a breakaway. Ritzkovian comes in, shoots, he scores. Top corner. And Dallas takes the 1-0 lead. And for that, you guys get Pantera. Dallas Stars! Dallas Stars! Dallas Stars! Dallas Stars! That's all I can play, though, because I'll be flagged for copyright infringement. Wait a second. Let me get Cortana a treat, too. Yeah, even when the other team scores, Cortana gets a treat. Good girl. Good girl. The Bruins destroyed the Rangers 10-2. Yeah, I can't believe that you'd watch that. I personally would love to see a game at either Gillette Stadium or Fenway Park. Now, the Bruins have done Fenway, right? That was, I think, 3 or 4 years ago against the Penguins. But I don't think there's been a game at Gillette Stadium, but correct me if I'm wrong. Or maybe there has been, and it has been a long time. I know that the Bruins and the Flyers, they didn't. I think Fenway's hosted 2 Winter Classics, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. All right, here comes Duchesne. It looked like he was going to go for a wraparound. A shot from the point. Karam's all the way out to... Who's wearing 20 for Dallas now? Oh, Capo Bianco. That's right. That was a really nice shot from Ritzkovian. I don't know if he got Nedeljkovic on a bad angle there, but that's a tough one to stop. We're going to get a penalty to... Looks like the Sharks are going to be going on a power play here. Let's take a look at this here. Colin Blackwell, who was a Sharks draft pick, is going to get a penalty for hooking Macklin Celebrini. So guess what, everybody? We get a Sharks power play. Wait, we get it. I'm going to do this here. We get a Sharks power play. There we go. All right. Sharks power play looked pretty good against the Kings. Actually, the Sharks scored all of their goals, not 5-on-5. They had 2 power play goals. They scored with the net emptied, so 6-on-5, and then they won in 3-on-3 overtime. But here the Stars are going to get it clear. Sullivan's first season, it might be his only season, unless they want to fire Chris Drury first. All right, Macklin, Wenberg into the Dallas zone to Foley at the point, and Orlov now finds Macklin at the top of the circle, draws a couple defenders. Eklund's down low. Heiskanen nearly forcing a turnover. Wenberg is there to help him out. Orlov, he's got it down low to Celebrini, a shot that Macklin doesn't really get a good shot on. Still alive in the Dallas zone here. And now we get a puck out of play. 1:09 left in the power play, 10:46 in the period. Tell your dog you said hi. I will most definitely do that, Violet. Here, let's give her a treat on your behalf. How about that? Skadoosh. There we go. There has been a stadium series at Gillette. Okay, got it. I have been to Fenway. Yeah, I wonder how many Winter Classic venues I've been to. Not that many, because I haven't been to many football stadiums. I've been to like Fenway and Wrigley Field for like baseball, but yeah. Yep, 8 shots and 7 shots. So the Sharks have the shot advantage right now. It's good. They're getting plenty of pucks on net so far. Let's just hope they can back check because the Stars got the clear. Now it's the second unit out there for San Jose. Jeff Skinner has it knocked away and cleared. You went to Fenway Park and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I've been to a baseball game there, but I was a kid, so I don't remember. But I went on a tour there when I was in the area for a trip. And the Stars able to get another cleared down to 35 in the penalty to Colin Blackwell. All right, Gaudad's able to get this around the net. Chernyshov. We've got a battle just behind the net here. Loose puck. Skinner's trying to get to it first. And it's turned over, and maybe a chance here as Liljegren's going to have to hustle. Nedeljkovic able to come out and play the puck. But the Sharks' power play looks pretty feeble that go around. I also remember seeing the Blackhawks and the Blues at a snowy and cold Wrigley Field. Yeah, that's got to make a fantastic site for an outdoor game. Now another turnover. It's Rantanen. Eklund was the one who coughed it up. He's looking across the crease. He had Steele there, but the pass didn't quite arrive on time. Eklund comes in at the slot. And good defense there from Capobianco to knock it away. Hey, what's up, Nick? Speaking of the devil, here we got a Hawks fan in the chat. Just when we're talking about Winter Classics. Now Macklin looks, I don't know if he coughed it up, but Graf trying to scoop it up. Celebrini and Miro Heiskanen just picked his pocket. Iorio trying to keep this in. Fluttered to Eklund. A shot that was blocked by Miro. And now cleared down by the Stars. I don't know when it was rebranded to the SHL. I don't know either. I do remember when it was Elite Serien. And then there's the Allsvenskan. I know that too. But I don't know too much about Swedish hockey. Sharks got the fourth line out there. Harley, he's got some trouble running into Zacho Stopchuk, who's been coming on pretty strongly as of late. Stars, maybe something coming in transition, but they're offside. All right. Hey, we'll catch you later, Vanessa. Thanks for joining us. Who's your favorite band or artist to watch perform in between periods for those games? I mean, I'm not really paying attention when that's happening. I haven't even watched that many of the games, to be honest. But I got to go to the Stadium Series in 2015, and John Fogerty. I didn't even know he was going to perform, but John Fogerty from Creedence Clearwater Revival just comes out of nowhere and starts playing, and so that was quite a treat. You're trying to still figure out how you'll be able to watch the Blackhawks game and be at your and play it in your beer league game and watch the Bears and Packers. Yeah, that is a real test of prioritization, right? Yeah, of course, we've got lots of football happening today, tomorrow, and even on Monday night, which I think the NFL doing that is foobar. Do you guys have a Super Bowl matchup or something you'd like to see for that? Because personally, I'm kind of curious, leaning toward cheering for another team that wears teal. I'm kind of on the Jaguar, the Jagwagon, if you will. Not that I don't want the Buffalo Bills to actually win a Super Bowl now that the Kansas City Chiefs aren't standing in their way, but I don't know. I really admire what Jacksonville's done. Bears and Broncos. The high-flying Ben Johnson show versus the Broncos defense. That could be an intriguing matchup. Did they play earlier this year? I can't remember. So the Sharks have 4 players who are going to the Olympics. One of them, of course, being Celebrini. But Pavel Regenda is going to be representing Team Slovakia. I didn't even know that Slovakia was so thin at NHL talent. There aren't that many players from Slovakia in the NHL. Nice job by Skinner. Easy save there for DeSmith, though. Now Capobianco chipping it around for Blackwell. Good check there from Graf. Stars able to lift this clear. Now the other way, Rantanen in alone, a backhander, and denied there by Nedeljkovic. I couldn't see who that was. It might have been. Couldn't see who that was for the Stars. I don't know if it was Fox or Bastion. It was somebody who was right-handed, I think. I'm going to say Panthers and Pats. Yeah, that. I don't think that's going to happen, but I wish the Panthers all the luck in getting there. But yeah, New England can't be counted out. All right, here's Wenberg. Feeds it ahead. Orlov, back pass, shot. DeSmith, the easy save. But I got to credit the Sharks at 5-on-5. They've been, putting the puck to the net quite a bit. Oh, wow. Actually, I'm surprised that the Stars didn't score another goal there because Nedeljkovic was beat on that. It's just that the shot, the backhander was that went off the side of the net. Now Liljegren, Toffoli, and Pavel Regenda, who I just mentioned a moment ago, trying to dig this out of the corner. Dallas Stars have been, I know they're giving up shots, but they're still tough defensively. Now Liljegren is going to help get this thing clear. And about 6 minutes left here in the period. Sharks still missing several players. Will Smith, he's back to practicing, which is good, albeit in a non-contact jersey. But does that matter when you have 71 out there? A lot of the time it doesn't. Will Smith hopefully will return within the next, 2 weeks. It's going to be important. The Sharks are basically going to be on the road for 9 out of 10 games. That'll start next week. Chernyshov, and now he's got Celebrini off the skate of Eklund and out of the zone here. Sorry to get off hockey, but is that TV behind Cortana a VHS DVD player? No, it doesn't actually have that. It's just a small CRT TV that I use to play like old video games on. Himraj, what's going on, man? Thanks for stopping in. Watching Stranger Things for the first time. All right, well, enjoy those first 3 seasons. That's all I ever saw, at least. Burnsy got an unassisted goal for the Avs. The total is now... Oh, I didn't know the Avs were already playing right now. Go Burnsy. Which is funny because we might... I mean, if the Sharks actually stay in the playoff chase, there's a fair chance they could have to battle the Avalanche in the first round, which... I mean, we can just be proud that we got there. That's where I'll leave it. All right, the fourth line trying to chew up some time in the Stars zone, but they're able to get that clear. Hey, Fox is left-handed. Why did I think it was right-handed? I have no idea. Now, Dickinson's going to have to backtrack here. He's been playing a lot better, I think. Graf looking for Skinner on the other side. And Skinner not sure what to do with the puck there. So collected by Harley, but not cleared just yet. It's at the blue line. The Sharks re-entered the zone technically. A one-timer kicked out by DeSmith. This will come all the way down, but this will be icing to Dallas. Avs in round 1 would be baptism by fire. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. They would also, if I'm Nathan McKinnon and Gabriel Landeskog especially, I would be especially motivated to win against San Jose after the offsides of Game 7 back in 2019. You just started season 4. Okay, yeah. I never got to season 4. Not because I didn't like it. It's just I didn't have Netflix anymore. All right, top line out for the Sharks. Eklund. Oh, in the slot, and a save by DeSmith. Puck was loose behind him. That was a hell of a setup. I'm surprised he didn't score there, but Celebrini's got it again. Dangling is Duchesne. He's able to get the clear, but the Sharks with their best chance of the game so far. Now Celebrini is going to drop it back for Chernyshov. Goes off the side of the net. And Igor Chernyshov trying to keep the play going. Eklund takes a shove from behind. Stars able to chip it out. The fans are a little upset that that wasn't a boarding. DeSmith got to settle this down for Heiskanen. And now Stars able to clear it as the Sharks look to push with 2.5 left in the period, down 1-0. A goal from Ritskovian. I forget his first name. Toffoli tracking this down in the corner, feeding the point. A shot. Good traffic in front from Regenda. That's one thing that does surprise me. Regenda and Chernyshov have done a nice job of getting net front presence. A shoulder save by DeSmith off Regenda. Comes in with 6 goals in his first 6 or 7 games. Now Toffoli at the top of the slot. He shoots it, ramps off Heiskanen's stick, goes out of play, and we'll get one more stoppage here before first intermission. So, hey, this is a fun game so far, but Casey DeSmith definitely came to play. Right now in the NHL, the Flames have a 1-0 lead over the White Hot Penguins on a goal from Connor Zary, his 8th of the year. Brent Burns, his 7th already. Good for Burnsy. As the Avs have a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jackets, who are kind of at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Those are the only other games right now. Of course, we did talk about this at the very beginning of things. The Boston Bruins on 34 shots, scored 10 goals. If you want to know who actually got those, I can take a look at this quickly. Actually, the Rangers scored the first goal of the game, but Marat Hutsnadinov with the first one for the Bruins. Zaka again, and then Fraser Minton to start the second period. Hutsnadinov got his second, and then when it was 6-1 Boston, that was the third for Pavel Zaka, so that's a hat trick for him. McAvoy, Hutsnadinov got his third, so 2 hat tricks, Zaka and Hutsnadinov. Fraser Minton scored another goal, so he had 2 on the day. And then Hutsnadinov actually ended up with a 4-goal game, if I'm doing the math correctly. So he came into this game with only 5 goals, and now he's got 9. They changed it from unassisted for Burnsy. As long as it's Brent Burns' goal, that's all I care about, really. Damn, dude. Yeah, the Sharks, I thought they had that tied up. Chernyshov couldn't quite get it through to Smith a moment ago. But it was a really good play to get it started by Eklund. And just a no-looker to Celebrini, who did a no-looker to... It was back-to-back no-look passes. You don't see that very often, but this Sharks top line has quite a lot of talent. This is a really good test for the Sharks. They've still struggled a lot against those top teams like Dallas, Colorado, Vegas, of course, too. Now here is Rope Hintz. It goes off Nick Leddy. Nedeljkovic with time. He's going to ramp this off the boards. Another shot from the point, though. As this one gets by Thomas Harley. Tyler Toffoli trying to chip it by him. Wenberg able to fight off Hintz. Now facing some pressure from his countryman Lundqvist. Harley not quite able to clear, but a bad turnover there from Dickinson. And now Nick Leddy's going to get called for a penalty here. That should be a hook on Nick Leddy. The Stars have the extra attacker, and Rantanen putting it off the pad of Nedeljkovic, and a goal for Jason Robertson off the rebound. It's 2-0, and that kind of hurts the Sharks, let's be honest. They had so much pressure for a while there, but now it's 2-0. Here, Cortana, we'll give you a treat, girl. Yep, you get a treat, even when the Sharks give up a goal. But the Sharks are going to look to see, maybe they might look to see if this is a goalie interference, which I don't see it getting overturned. The Sharks were the beneficiaries of an overturned goal in the previous game. Yeah, yeah, they're not going to challenge this. So no power play for the Stars, but with the net empty, they were able to make it 2-0 with less than a minute left in this period. How's it going, Jake? Not too good. We look really good for long stretches of this game, but unfortunately, 2-0 is going to be very difficult to overcome when you're playing the Dallas Stars. Victor Olofsson scores to make it 2-0 Avalanche over the Blue Jackets. Sharks almost got called for another penalty there. Celebrini is going to try to institute some last-minute heroics, but we got about 30 seconds left for the top line for San Jose. All right, face off in the Sharks zone. Orlov trying to chip it up the wall. Nice job by Lindell to seal things off. Celebrini trying to win this puck battle against Duchesne. Now Orlov dumping it around the Stars net. DeSmith looks very sharp so far. 11 saves. And maybe something here in the last waning seconds of the period here. The Sharks are able to knock it away. One last second shot from Celebrini into the glove of DeSmith. And that's the end of period one. It was looking pretty good for the Sharks there, despite the early goal to Ritskovian for Dallas. But unfortunately, Jason Robertson jumps on a loose puck on a delay penalty call, and the Stars head into intermission with a 2-0 lead, as I look at a lot of ones on my screen. A little frustrating, but well, that's what a long season's about, right? You got to overcome moments like these, right? So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I do appreciate that. If you could please hit the like button, that always helps the channel. So in action right now, we got the Flames and the Penguins. I guess I can turn that game on for a little bit as long as I watch my clock here. Goal total 4,379. So then, do you have like an estimate for how many you think the season will finish with? Right, the regular season. Because I think I did some math, and it's like, okay, we have 6.2 goals per game on average, right? Oh God, times that by 16 in this case, by 82. I don't know. So yeah, 1-0 Penguins over the Flames. I hope this doesn't turn into a blowout. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be, but a team that's as talented as the Stars right now, when they smell blood in the water, like you're right, it can absolutely get out of hand pretty quickly. Well, let's hope not, man. I guess what I could do though is while we wait for the intermission to wrap up, then we can take a look at the standings right now. Of course, only one game in the books today, so it doesn't really affect things going into today. All right, so Atlantic Division, look at that. Tampa Bay, 8 in a row. Hottest team in the NHL. And they have, again, look at points percentage, right? Tampa Bay, by the way, 21-13 in regulation. I think that's the best record in the Eastern Conference. And I always like looking at that because in the playoffs, overtime is 5-on-5. So you want the team that has the best regulation record, like that I think tells the most for you. Although Tampa Bay, as good as they were last year, they were a first round exit, granted at the hands of the defending champions. All right, so Tampa Bay out in front right now. Montreal not too far behind. They've been on a pretty good streak recently as well. 7-1-2 in their last 10. Red Wings, look at that, man. 56 points in 45 games to lock down a third spot. And I know they've played 3 more games than the Sabres, but they've got a nice 6-point cushion there. Buffalo has won 12 out of their last 13 games. So, I mean, things are looking very promising for them. 17-15 in regulation, but I imagine that's improved a lot over the last month or so. Maple Leafs, still, these teams are still very alive in the wild card race for the most part. Maple Leafs, 49 points in 43 games. That's still pretty solid. They've been doing better as of late. We saw them most recently defeat the Philadelphia Flyers, who are certainly not a team to be taken lightly these days. Bruins, they get a much-needed 2 points today. 50 points in 45 games. Panthers, they've been sliding a little bit as of late. This kind of surprises me, honestly, but you can let me know your thoughts. Do the Panthers get into the playoffs? Metropolitan Division, Hurricanes have been basically first all year long. The Flyers are not too far behind, given that they've played 2 fewer games. Islanders are right on their heels. And the Penguins, like I said, 6 wins in a row for them, but they're currently trailing against the Flames, or at least the last time I checked. You got the Capitals on a bit of a slide of their own, although they won their last game, 52 points in 45 games. Devils and Rangers, man. And sure, the Blue Jackets as well. You're starting to see that separation between, the first 5 teams in that division and the rest of the pack. And with the Devils, you can't really be making the same excuses because, they're not missing that many like big name players on their team right now. A team that has definitely been bitten by the injury bug. Will we see? I mean, shoot, are we going to see the Avalanche actually lose a game in regulation at home? It's crazy. They're 18-0-2, and they had a 2-game regulation losing streak, but they're still miles ahead of the next team, the Dallas Stars. The Minnesota Wild are actually tied with Dallas right now. I did not know that. Although the Stars have, a game in hand there. Utah has been playing a little bit better recently. Look at that, 6-4 in their last 10. They've won their last 3 games. Nashville, they've bounced back pretty nicely after what was a horrible start for them. Blackhawks, keep your eye on them because now they have Connor Bedard back, so they could make things interesting. But it looks like, again, we're starting to see that separation. I think probably starting with, pretty much the bottom 2 teams are starting to fall out of the race. And then in the Pacific, Vegas in front. I only see them being better. If they lose the division to Edmonton, that wouldn't be the biggest surprise for me, but I still don't think that they're going to fall any further, even though the last, 15 games for them have been kind of rough, or maybe 12 games. Seattle has been very hot. They've won 8 of their last 10 and have 48 points in 42 games. So again, if you're looking at this right now, the Oilers look like they're in second, or you say, oh, they're tied with Vegas. No, they actually have the 3rd best record in that division. San Jose, a little further behind in 4th, but they did actually move ahead of the Kings as of last night because the Kings have been on a bit of a slide, 4-5-1 in their past 10. Anaheim Ducks, that's another team that's fallen out quite a bit. The Flames looked like they were going to be kind of in the mix for a wild card spot, but they've fallen. So I'm starting to see that probably once I don't think you should count out the Ducks just yet. But when you look at 5th and 6th in this division, these are teams that have been struggling quite a bit as of late, especially if you're the Anaheim Ducks. So if the playoffs started today, we would have the Colorado Avalanche against the 2nd wild card. That would technically be the LA Kings. The Dallas Stars and Minnesota Wild are pretty much guaranteed to play each other at this point. Vegas Golden Knights would play the San Jose Sharks. Don't know how I feel about that one, but at least we have better success against the Golden Knights in the playoffs than the regular season. That's not saying a whole lot, though. Kraken would play the Oilers in the Jordan Eberle special there. If the Eastern Conference playoffs started today, the Lightning would be the 1 seed. They would take on the 2nd wild card, and it takes me a moment here to do the math, but looks like the 2nd wild card would be right now. It would be the Buffalo Sabres. So we'd have Lightning and Sabres, Canadiens and Red Wings in an original 6 matchup. You would have the Hurricanes against the Islanders yet again. Isles fans would be really thrilled about that, I'm sure. And the Flyers and Penguins would face each other in round 1. How about that? That sounds delightful. I hope Vegas plays San Jose in the playoffs. Please no. I can't do that again. I would almost rather face the Avalanche. Bussy is the quickest goalie to 15 wins in NHL history, doing it in 18 games. And Jacob Slavin's back in the lineup. Yeah, that's fantastic. I hope he's able to stay healthy the rest of the way. Do I have to turn the camera? Cortana's not exactly looking at the camera. Hold on. Nope. What? There she is. There, that should do it. All right. So yeah, guys, if we were to have the playoffs right now, what would your Stanley Cup final matchup be? Like, who do you think would actually go? Yeah, Brandon Bussey has been one of the best stories in the NHL this year. I mean, I got to see him play the Stars most recently, and I know he let in 3 goals, and it wasn't that many shots that he had to face, but he had to face like probably about 8 or 9 grade A chances, and he stopped most of them. Like he looked fantastic, which is good, man. I don't think that I don't think Freddie Anderson. You've probably already heard me say this. I don't think Freddie Anderson can be their starting goalie in the playoffs. I don't. Not just because of how he's playing this year, but you only get so far with him as your starter. That's just what I think. By the way, what does our I don't even know what our poll looks like right now, but I imagine that the Stars probably have more votes in the poll. That would make more sense, I think. Yeah, 15 votes. No, Sharks actually have a 2-1 margin. Well, never say die, San Jose. Just kind of a bad break for the Sharks here as they're down by multiple goals. I was hoping that they would get one on the board. They got so close, but alas. I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to get some water, okay? I'll be right back.
He's also earned a reputation for being one of the dirtiest.
Gene McCammon, Doc, Mr. Senator, and Chris Pronger laid him out.
The way how he played, he was so evil. He used the stick like a weapon. He was just a dirty player.
I hope I never have to see him again. And if I see him out there, I might punch him.
In case you couldn't tell, Hall of Fame defenseman Chris Pronger is among the most hated players in NHL history. He was suspended 8 times throughout his career and carried one of the league's dirtiest and most villainous reputations. He knew how to do or say something that would drive you nuts, from stealing game pucks in the 2010 Stanley Cup Final, to fabricating how angry Oilers fans broke into his home and stole his furniture. And there was always that annoying shit-eating grin of his. But here's why you really hate him.
End to end. Green. By Pronger. Sent to the back by Torres, and it drives. Score! Chris Pronger! There's a big hit by Pronger, and that sent Carey into a helicopter spin. The Anaheim Ducks are the Stanley Cup champions.
Only a few defensemen, especially when we consider today's NHL, could dominate a game like Chris Pronger could. His hockey IQ and skill in all 3 zones paired perfectly with his punishing hits and his demanding, even occasionally abrasive leadership. He was a 4-time finalist for the Norris Trophy as the league's best defenseman, and the year he won that, he did something that only one other blue liner since World War II had achieved. He was traded 3 times in the 2000s, but each time he helped guide his team to the Stanley Cup Final. In this video, we'll explore the career and legacy of hockey's most hated Hall of Famer, from his underage partying days with the Whalers, to his rise to dominance with the St. Louis Blues, to his falling out with the Oilers, and of course, plenty of his most infamous moments. All right, we are here, and we are teal, and hopefully we are going to be a little bit more responsible in our own end. I mean, the Sharks generated a good amount of chances. Not like a ton of grade A stuff, but and DeSmith looks really sharp. Let's give him credit. And actually, let's give Cortana another treat. You got the Sharks and the Panthers game on. Wait, the Carolina Panthers. That's right. That's right. There's more than one Panthers team. There we go. You got to watch the Predators game from practically ice level. Wow. That must have been quite a treat. That sounds like a lot of fun. It's been a long time since I got down kind of toward the glass. I'm not a huge fan of with the glass, you don't get to see a lot of the game, or your view can get kind of distorted if it's in your way and you're trying to look down the ice more. But I mean, Now and then, it can make for a lot of fun when you have like checks and stuff like that that are happening right in front of your face. Even actual fights. Now Cortana's head's the other way. Yeah, just stay like that, girl. That should be fine. There you go. I would say I'd save some of the treats for you for the Sharks goals, but it doesn't seem like we're going to be getting all that many of them. All right. Oh, wait. Oops. There, we'll just do that. There we go. All right. I think this is the final commercial break, and then we'll get started with the second period. Right, girl? Kind of hard to see the other end. Yeah, exactly. I can't complain. I did it to myself to make your girl happy. She happens to be a Preds fan. Oh, okay. Well, thank God you're not playing. It's not like 4 years ago or 5 years ago when they were in the same division. I mean, I like in most cases, I want to see, a decent amount of the action. So it's okay if I'm a little bit further away. C. Jackson. Go Sharks, win it from my friend who passed away from. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's really tragic. I'm so sorry to hear that. Really. But I hope through you, the memory of your friend lives on. Go Sharks. Yep. Tomorrow, the Sharks are going to be facing yet another tough team for them. The Vegas Golden Knights will be in the building. It'll be a 5 o'clock puck drop. All right. Looks like we're going to get underway with the second period. Team Teal has some work ahead of them. Oops. Oh. There we go. You wish you had a beard like mine? I mean, sometimes it takes a little bit more aging. Sometimes it just takes time. Like this, I did not know I could grow this, really. My facial hair has always been kind of just shorter. Like I would grow it out for maybe about a month and then kind of trim it or, Yeah. And thank you, Jake. And thank you, Cam Ward fan. Thank you, guys. But yeah, I just said one day, I was like, you know what? I'm sick of like maintaining this thing. I want to see if it actually, takes off, and grows like a chia pet or something. So yeah, I've been rocking this for about a year or so. But I do trim it from time to time. I just have to. Well, especially after the way things are going today, Jake. Yeah. Yep. And I think sports is always a great way for us when stuff off the ice isn't so fun, right? We need something like this to enjoy, even if our team is going to play below our expectations and hopes. But you never know. The Sharks have had a couple of interesting comebacks this year, that's for sure. And let's see if they can start it now. Here's the second line, a shot and a blocker save from DeSmith. Wenberg able to send it around the net, but the first person there is Thomas Harley. I can't remember who's on Team Canada's roster. I would think he probably is. Stars get the clear. Top line out there now for San Jose. Excuse me. Oh, Sharks maybe having something the other way. Chernyshov is going to put on the brakes. At the point. Over to Eklund. Oh, he's looking for Celebrini. I don't think he really saw Lindell there, though. Celebrini taking a shove there from Duchesne, or Rantanen, excuse me. Sorry, man, but let's go Stars. Hey, that's cool. We still most definitely want you here. I mean, hey, when they play or when they score a goal, my dog gets a treat. I got the Pantera queued up, so you are most welcome to be here. And who knows, maybe you can extend your lead because the lethal Dallas power play, or at least it has quite a bevy of weapons, will be on the man advantage as Dmitry Orlov's going to the box for a high stick. So if you're a Sharks fan, hold on to your butts. So 2-minute high sticking to Dmitry Orlov. And man, there's a lot of talent on the ice now in white. I mean, you don't even have to stack it on one power play unit with the likes of Rantanen, Robertson, Heiskanen, Johnston. Like, it's crazy. You could have them on 2 separate units and you could still have a top 5 power play in the NHL. Thankfully, things start off easily for Nedeljkovic. He's going to cover this up. Sharks penalty kill coming in. I think they're ranked, I want to say probably 21st, around there. It's been okay recently. Really good against the Kings and Blue Jackets, but they don't exactly have the best power plays themselves. Graf trying to strip that from Robertson. Over to Johnston, the low slot, the one-timer, and Hintz just didn't get a good shot on it. He would have had a good amount of cage to work with. Robertson funnels it to Rantanen, a couple of sticks there in teal, and calling Graf. He's got a reinforcement coming the other way, or joining him. And now he's just going to chew up some clock from behind the net. Ferraro's actually got... Oh, no, I thought it ended up on a stick. But the Sharks are able to chew up a lot of time. And the first 40 seconds of this power play have been killed off. You've got on your Sharks Timo Meier jersey with the Screaming Shark shoulder patch. I was surprised they never put that on the front of a jersey. That would have looked good. I've got myself a Timo Meier jersey as well. I have the white jersey, though. So it's got that SJ shoulder patch from that same era. Now Rantanen at the dot, looking for Johnston. Sharks are able to read the play, and they send it all the way down. About 45 on the man advantage now. Yeah, Miro Heiskanen doing the back pass. And a double back pass, Maverick Bourque, on what I think is the most useless zone entry in hockey. I don't care for the back pass. Stars having a hard time getting into the Shark zone right now. Bourque able to chip it through the defense. Nicely done. And this is going to be Dickinson, but a nice strip there by Bourque. Goodrow able to backhand it clear, and the Sharks kill off the penalty, and hopefully they can generate some momentum off of that. Nedeljkovic is going to play this. He backhands it into the corner. Nice poke check there from Liljegren. And now Macklin, as the Sharks go offside. Everybody's offside there. First 4 minutes gone by here in the second period. Stars 10 shots, Sharks 12. Of course, the Stars are doing this with their it's kind of their first year head coach, but also not their first year head coach, because Glenn Gulletson did coach the Stars for a couple years in the previous decade, but he's behind the bench again for Dallas. Ryan Warsofsky in his second year as an NHL head coach, and the youngest bench boss in the NHL at 38. Nedeljkovic will have to play this from behind his net. And that's a turnover, as Oscar Back is going to fire this off a stick and out of play. But that was a good PK. What was Glenn Gulletson doing last year? I don't know, actually. I thought he had been an assistant for a couple other teams. And yeah, somewhere out there, Peter DeBoer does not have a job. Heiskanen shoots and pad save by Nedeljkovic. Blackwell trying to keep it in, but regained by Alexander Wenberg. He'll drop for Celebrini. On the wing, he's got Toffoli. Looking for Celebrini, but knocked away by Lyubushkin. Barely kept in at the point by Orlov. Taken down low by Macklin. He backhands it. Shot, score! Alex Wenberg on the feed down low from Celebrini. And the Sharks make it a 1-goal game. Everybody, we need a goal horn. Where's the goal horn? There we go. That's how it's done. Wenberg from Celebrini and treat Cortana. Let's make it happen. Good job, girl. All right, good. Casey DeSmith, you look very sharp today, but we got to get a couple against you. Worth every penny of that extension. Well, the extension doesn't kick in until next year, so. But yeah, Wenberg is a Swedish army knife for the Sharks. He does a little bit of everything. He really does. He's a jack of all trades, a master of none. But his teammates really do want him around, and that makes me very, very happy that, you know, now we can actually start signing our veterans to deals. And we're also going to get a penalty here. That's, or at least it looked like it. What's happening? Adam Ernie. That's who it was for the Stars. Okay, I didn't even know that. I forgot what team he was on. The former Red Wing. And the Sharks to the power play again. So a chance for a big momentum shift here as Adam Ernie got called for, I don't know if that was a tripping. And the top unit out for the Sharks. But the face-off won by Foxa. That's why you got him out there. So Dallas can chew up a little bit time here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, though, if half of those goals had been scored by the Colorado Avalanche. Wenberg, behind the net, he's got Orlov. I didn't expect Dimitri to be there at this point in the power play. Wenberg. Down low for Toffoli. Out to Celebrini, top of the slot. Oh, almost a one-timer and a shot that goes through the crease. A shot pass, I should say. Wenberg, back to Macklin at the point. Wenny, little spinner. A shot and wide of the net there off the stick of Celebrini. Nice box out from Heiskanen, but he coughs it up. But can the Sharks hold the zone? No, that puck scoots out. And Team Teal's going to have to regroup here. It's Alex Wenberg into the Stars zone. He's going to hand it off on the wing for Toffoli, looking for Eklund. And a good defensive read there from Foxa. As the Sharks will change up, and so will Dallas with 50 left on the man advantage. Nearly turned over by Celebrini with Sam Steele on him. Steele actually has a shorthanded goal in this matchup earlier this year. And the Sharks fans thought that there was a puck that was out of play and wasn't called. Working with 25 seconds on this man advantage, Pavel Regenda. He'll drop pass it for Skinner. Nice back check there from Blackwell, and then turned over by Regenda. Blackwell will come the other way. I do believe Blackwell was a Sharks draft pick. He was scooped up by Seattle in the expansion draft. Also spent some time in Chicago. Liljegren, as the power play expires, Regenda is going to send this all the way down. Oh, safe, rebound, and almost put in there by Gaudette as the Stars dodge a bit of a bullet. We're back to 5-on-5 with the first 7 minutes gone by in this period. The heart race is going to be generational between McKinnon, Celebrini, and McDavid. Yeah, I never even thought about that. A generational Hart Trophy race. 2 different generations. A multi-generational. How about that? But I mean, it's hard not to have those 3 as the Hart Trophy finalists right now. All right, and a neutral zone battle. The Stars able to get it into the Sharks' corner. Or Ferraro's going to take a hit. Here, I need to wipe the power play off the banner, I think. Let me do that. Don't score yet, boys. Graf over for Ostapchuk. Around the net it goes. Dickinson pinching in. Again, around the net it goes. With Graf trying to poke that from Lundqvist. Gives him a hit. Good work by this third line. Eklund's out there now, so Eklund, Celebrini, and Graf. So it's really the first line with Graf, and he has played on the top line at one point. Dickinson gets held up, and the Stars skated out with Robertson, who has one of the goals tonight. My favorite part about the Hart race is that you can make a legit case for all 3 of those guys. Yeah. And they're all a Mac or a Mick. And they could all be on the same line in the Winter Olympics. That is terrifying. Although Crosby wants to play with Celebrini, if you guys heard about that. All right, cool. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying your time hanging out here with us. If you could, please do leave a thumbs up. That always helps. Don't do it for me. Do it for the dog. Matter of fact, I'm going to give that dog a treat right now because she's being such a good girl. Yeah, girl? Oh, wait. This is like 2. Here we go. We have a commercial break. Dallas up 2-1 as the Sharks are able to cut into that lead on a goal from Alexander Wenberg. Yeah, I mean, I'm American. I should be rooting for Team USA, but that doesn't mean I don't want... I thought we were in a commercial break. I guess not. My bad. My mistake. I'm having steak tonight. Avs lead the league in goals with 175. Yeah. They're also the leader in fewest goals against. Yeah. Nice play by Toffoli on Maverick Bork to knock that puck away. Chance maybe for Steele. Ooh, I didn't like how that was unfolding. Steele dancing around the net. Duchesne off the skate of Wenberg. That's out to the point. Harley. And now Matt Duchesne with aggressive defense there from Wenberg. Sharks able to lift it clear. It was skied into the zone, but into the neutral zone, but the Sharks can't get a change. Actually, Toffoli is able to get off, and Graf will replace him. Nedeljkovic settles this puck from behind his net, goes back to his crease, and does not give up a goal. I have to say that every time it happens because Sharks goaltenders. Am I right? And looks like no icing to the Stars there. Halfway through this game, Graf kind of loses a handle on that as Harley is going to take some pressure there. Graf, he almost coughed it up to Rantanen, but there is a turnover. He coughed that up, I think, to Ritskovian. A chance. Oh, good play there. I didn't see who knocked that away. It was Dickinson. Otherwise, Ritskovian was open on the back door, and it could have been 3-1. And here is Ritskovian, one of the goals today for Dallas. Checked by Skinner. Sharks having a hard time clearing here. I don't know if they need a change or something, but they look a little bit discombobulated. A chance at Ritskovian on the doorstep. Nedeljkovic covers after making a pad save. Hey, Tiago, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us for Guess the Jersey, our members stream earlier today. Some good action here. I got to wipe the power play off the board. My bad. Now we're in a commercial break. There we go. With, what is it, about 9 minutes left here in the period? So, yeah, the Avalanche have scored. Their goal differential is a plus 76. That is bonkers. I'd love the Sharks to have a positive goal differential. That'd be nice. I just realized I have my Kraken hat next to my Kraken canvas. All right, let's see here. Any other scores to keep our eye on here? So right now we've got 1-1. Penguins have tied it up against the Flames on a goal from Yegor Chinikov. Pasta got 6 apples earlier. Dang. I didn't know that, but I guess that would make sense. But you have to credit Marat Husnadinov for 4 goals. I do like the very little sample I've seen from him. So I'm not saying he's going to become a 30-goal scorer, but look what they did for Morgan Geekie, right? Wait, that whole game, Morgan Geekie didn't even have a goal. Is he injured? How do they score 10 goals and Morgan Geekie doesn't get one of them? Seattle Kraken expansion draft pick Morgan Geekie. Avalanche are on top of the Blue Jackets 3-0. Goals from sorry if I can't say this. Solovyov? Ilya Solovyov. I've never heard of him. Olofsson and Bernsey. And those are the only games happening, right? Meow. Let's go Sharks. Yes, let's go. Let's go do it, man. We can do it. They're hanging tough. I just came back from the market. My city is crazy with the tests to enter universities. You have to get like a certain score. Geeky left after the first for familial reasons. Oh, shoot. Well, hopefully everything is going to work out okay for the Geekies. Quick got lit up today. Yeah. Now here comes Igor Chernyshov, and he's met by hints on a good back check. Harley able to keep that puck away from Eklund and send it all the way down the ice. They will call icing. I'm kind of surprised, and Hintz is not happy about that. I think he has a case. It looked like he was going to beat Ferraro there. Yeah, that's the question I have. Is Jonathan Quick a Hall of Famer? I have to ask because he never won a Vezina. I don't know how many times he was a finalist, but I think he has at least one Jennings trophy. I think he's probably got 2. And he's got 2 Stanley Cups. And he's been a workhorse his entire career. So, as a Sharks fan, yeah, he should get in. I would want Ryan Miller to get in as well, though, because if we're talking about American goalies, Miller's probably my favorite. Celebrini has it knocked away by Heiskanen. That's been a good matchup so far. It looks like Heiskanen's been kind of coming out on top so far. I see how that is. Now Letty trying to knock this away from Rantanen. He has his stick fall out of his hands. No penalty, though. Now Steele from behind the net. It's worked out to the point. Looking down for Steele again. Ferraro trying to knock the puck away from him. And now the battle continues between Mikko Rantanen and Nick Leddy. Sharks end up with this puck, and they're going to sky it into the Dallas zone and get a change. The long change, of course, with it being the second period. And now Liljegren. Ends up behind the net for Steele. He's still out there. The pesky Sam Steele. Regenda giving a shove to Blackwell and able to get the clear. Nice use of his body there. And he got tripped, but no call. Actually, we are going to get a call. We're going to get another Sharks power play. We'll have a commercial break just before then. But this is a critical moment for San Jose. If they want to, of course, maintain kind of their composure here, I think that it's important that they get a goal. Otherwise, I think the Stars could have some momentum off of this. The Carolina Panthers are on the board 14-7 with plenty of time in the second quarter. Okay. Keep pounding. Good luck to them. I hope they win. Nothing against Stafford or McVay. I just don't care for the Rams. One reason is because they have maybe the worst uniforms in football. Those used to be such cool uniforms back in the 1990s. The blue and yellow that didn't look like it was, I don't know, a I don't even know how to describe how ugly those Rams uniforms are now. Who do I think is a guy who should be in the Hall of Fame but isn't? Well, Pekka Rinne didn't. I mean, I could talk about like first balloters or guys who didn't get in first ballot. Like Pekka Rinne hasn't gotten in yet. I think he should get in. Carey Price didn't get in first ballot. He has to get in. But I think Rinne will get in. I don't know if I think Price gets in. I don't know if Rinne will, but I think he should. He was a top 5 goalie like his whole career. And really was like arguably top 3 for a lot of it. I'd like to see Rod Brind'Amour get in. You know, he had a pretty successful career offensively, but he was also known as one of the best defensive players of his time. So I think he makes a case. I was going to actually make a video about a very similar topic. So I'll be sharing some more thoughts there. Did I watch the Bruins today? No, I didn't get to see them because we had our member stream. But yeah, 6 assists for David Pastrnak. It's going to take a bit for Pekka Rinne. All right. Sharks power play. Here we go, everybody. Dun, dun. Eklund giving a shove to Heiskanen in the corner. And Heiskanen's just pinning the puck there. Celebrini ends up with it, but he coughs it up to Lindell. And Essa is able to clear this all the way down to Nedeljkovic. Celebrini, the back pass for Eklund, and onto the wing where Wenberg is. He's got the goal for the Sharks. Orlov working it down low to Toffoli. Celebrini on the doorstep. Nice pad read there from DeSmith. Eklund back to the point. He's got Orlov. And now 72 works it down for 71. Macklin, back pass, one-timer, looking down low. Stretch pass save, and I think I bunched my words, got all jumbled there, but DeSmith with a nice pad save in front off of Eklund. Celebrini, good contact from behind the net. But the Stars are able to slap this clear with under a minute left in the man advantage. That was a very good quality chance the Sharks generated. 2 quality chances, I'd say. Celebrini is still out there with the second unit. And now from behind the net, with lots of time, Ilya Lyubushkin is going to get this cleared into the neutral zone. The Stars have Steele out there, but he gets stripped by Regenda. Regenda using his frame, playing a very physical game last couple shifts. Like that a lot. Dumped behind or around the Dallas net. Skinner and Harley able to send this into the neutral zone. Liljegren is there. And with a few seconds left, the Sharks just trying to get a possession here. Chernyshov skates in. He's looking to dump it in. The Sharks, it's in the net. Was that kicked in? I don't know, but right now the Sharks are celebrating, and we have ourselves a power play goal. Igor Chernyshov making things happen for the Sharks, as I don't know if that's a power play goal, but it's at least a power play influence goal, and it's 2-2. Let's take a look at this again. Chernyshov driving the net, and yeah, it's Jeff Skinner. I thought, from my vantage, I thought that might have been kicked in. But sure enough, it was Skinner positioning behind Lyubushkin and finishing that play. What a great job by Igor Chernyshov. He's been kind of cold the last couple of games, but I just really like his game fundamentally, and he gets rewarded there with the primary assist on Jeff Skinner's, 6th goal of the year, something like that. Taylor Swift's favorite hockey player. That's right. I forgot about that. Derek, what's going on? Hey, thanks for joining us, man. There we go. The Sharks cashing in on, I think, their 3rd power play of the game. But plenty of hockey in this period. We'll see if the Stars can punch back. Actually, no, it's kind of later in the period. It's under 5 minutes left. Let me just update my banner. Now Lundqvist taking this from behind his net. Over to the speedy Maverick Bork. Nedeljkovic coming out of his net to slow the puck down at least. And now we have a battle behind the Sharks net. Macklin, the third forward the third player to jump in, wins the battle temporarily, but the Stars threatened for a moment there. Skated out by Chernyshov. And he'll slap this around the net where Heiskanen is. Celebrini, nice job using body positioning, but Eklund is there to strip that from Heiskanen. Duchesne, that puck was actually in the ref's skates for a moment there. Both teams battling in the corner. And flipped out by the Stars. Backtracking is Ferraro. And now Macklin into the Dallas zone. He'll pull up at the point. Draw a couple defenders. Finds Eklund behind the net. He's going to have to try to win this battle against, I think that was Harley. Rantanen, or excuse me, Duchesne. And now played out by Ernie. Sharks winning some of these puck battles here. Celebrini looking down low for Goodrow. Goodrow able to get it toward the net. DeSmith poked at it. And Celebrini is going to have to come off. Yeah, he's definitely tired. But the fourth line out there for the Sharks. Keeping Dallas out of the San Jose zone. Lifted by the Stars all the way down. Orlov looks over his shoulder to keep the puck away from Ernie. And we have a puck out of play with 2:34 left. And I think we're going to get one more commercial break here, fellas. But yeah, the Sharks, they were, Cortana, down 2-0. They get a goal from Wenberg. And now Jeff Skinner on the power play, on the second power play. That's fantastic for San Jose. It's starting to look like the power play's got a little bit more efficiency to it. Wait until they get Michael Misa, John Klingberg, and of course, Will Smith back. Then things could get really interesting for that man advantage. But thank you so much for tuning in, everybody, taking time out of your Saturday afternoon to be hanging out with Cortana and me here. It's great to have Sharks fans and non-Sharks fans joining us for this. Please do, if you could, leave a thumbs up. And if you want more streams like this, definitely subscribe and get notified. I think a ton of our subscribers probably don't know when I'm actually live streaming because YouTube's not the best at actually alerting people when creators are doing that kind of thing. And hopefully I'll have some more content out here pretty soon, especially if we can get a win today. I have some material drafted for a video, so I would like to do one on the Sharks. But there are other video topics that we plan to cover here. I'm kind of toasty in here, though. I might need to switch to an actual cap. Here, actually, just give me 1 sec. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, I'm still rocking the beanie. I turned down the thermostat, though. I think I jinxed it for Dallas. I voted in my poll. Thank you. But I guess, we can be on good terms with the Dallas Stars. Not only did I picked them to win the Stanley Cup this year, so Cortana, best host ever. Exactly. She is the best. I am only second best. If anybody's going to be better than me, it better be my dog or Mrs. Twister. She's really the better half of me. And off the face-off, the Shark, as we got a loose puck, we got a broken stick. Actually, no. It just looked broken. But you guys, maybe some of you remember the Pacific Division back in the mid-2000s, right? Late 90s into the mid-2000s. I used to despise the Dallas Stars. Used to. Back, I think Madonna was still part of the team, but even afterwards, when you had I'm not saying I couldn't stand him, but the Brendan Morrow-led Dallas Stars, right? And even before then, when you had Sergei Zubov, Hall of Famer, right? Marty Turco in goal. Former Shark Ed Belfour. Well, he played for the Sharks afterwards. Chance at the point for the Sharks. DeSmith. Ooh, God, that nearly trickled by him. And of course, if you're a Dallas Stars fan, or if you're a Sharks fan and remember him, Steve, insert expletive here, ought. Now Johnston drawing a couple Sharks defenders. Kept in at the point, but Leddy able to get a piece of that, and now he'll come from center ice into the Sharks or into the Stars zone. Third line out there for San Jose. Colin Graff, nice interception behind the net. But Dallas able to get things going the other way. And with some speed comes Capobianco. He shoots, he scores, barred down on Nedeljkovic. And that's a huge goal for Dallas. That is a tough one indeed for the Sharks. As another late period goal for Dallas, and we'll play the goal horn. The goal time. Caio Capobianco on that breakaway. Actually, he found the seam under, I don't know, 7-hole. I'm not sure. I'm not a goalie, but it went under Nedeljkovic's arm. Just an absolute laser beam. And now with 1 minute left, San Jose, they just got to hope that they finish the period strongly enough. Lindell from his corner, playing it up for Ernie. Calgary retook the lead. Wait, did Pantera make the Stars goal song? Yeah, they did. They did it in like a couple hours. Oh, Celebrini. Smith denies him. Loose puck, though. And skating it out is Steele. Sharks nearly had something going there. Back to the point. Now to Oscar back in the corner. Eklund D'ing him up. And now Liljegren just trying to kill time here. And he actually takes a penalty. And that is not going to be good. The Stars will start the period on the power play. But, yeah, not the greatest finish for San Jose. Although we have to give them credit. It's still it's now a 1-goal deficit. Whereas after the first period, it was a 2-goal deficit. So second intermission. And we'll have the Stars on a power play to start the third stanza. And we'll see if they can get back to a 2-goal lead. Is it like a whole song or just that snippet? Oh, I just have to. I mean, they did the whole song. I only play like 8 seconds of it because of copyright infringement. Man. That's killer, man. We had it tied. That's the thing. The Sharks, they've had moments where they, take the lead or they tie a game up, and then the other team just comes right down a minute later and scores. That's killer. It doesn't matter who's in goal for San Jose. I need to switch to just a cap now. My head's getting a little bit too warm. There's a lot of sunlight coming into this room as well, so we might make a couple adjustments, a couple of little line changes here. All right, what else we got going on? So Flames take a 2-1 lead over. Here, I'll just present my screen. Might as well. Let me just get things doctored up appropriately for you beautiful people. San Jose, come on, guys. We got to get it together. You had it for just a hot second. But yeah, look at that. We've got Flames on top of the Penguins. So the Flames are trying to put a stop to the 6-game winning streak by Pittsburgh. Goal from Matt Coronado gives them the 2-1 lead. Chinakov for Pittsburgh and Zari for Calgary also scoring. For the Colorado Avalanche, they've got a 3-0 lead over the struggling Columbus Blue Jackets 2 periods through. Ilya Solovyov, it's hard to say that. He's scored for Colorado. That's his first. It might be the first of his, the first of his time with the Avalanche. And you've got goals from Victor Olofsson, number 8 on the year, and Brent Burns. In our game, Kyle Capobianco is the one who's put Dallas ahead. That's just his second of the year from Bork and Robertson. You also had goals from Jason Robertson, now up to 26 on the season. And Justin Ritskovian, number 7 for him. I hope I'm saying his name right. I think I am, though. That must be, I don't know. It almost looks like it's Croatian. And then you've got goals for the Sharks, 9th of the season for Alex Wenberg. Recently signed that 3-year contract extension. And you've got the 6th of the year by Jeff Skinner. That goal came on the power play. And then, as you may recall earlier today, I did read off all the goals for the Bruins, but we had 2 hat tricks in Boston. Marat Hutsnadinov with 4 goals for them, and Pavel Zacha also had a hat trick. All right, I have a question as far as copyright strikes. 8 seconds of a single song, and then it could be 8 seconds of another, or is it 8 seconds in total of all songs? I think your first, it could probably be 8 seconds of one, and then 8 seconds of another would be okay. I don't really know for music specifically, but for like NHL highlights, I can get away with like 9 seconds of a highlight. As soon as I hit 10 seconds, then that's a problem. And then if I want to use 2, I know this is not the most interesting for everybody, but hey, I make videos. Like, I think about this stuff all the time. So if I have like highlights from a single game, I can use 9 seconds, and then I have to go 30 seconds further in the highlight reel, and then I can choose another 9 seconds. So as long as there's that 30-second gap, I'm okay. All right, I gotta shut my window though. The blinds are too intense, and I might get a beer. I might. Blinds are so loud. Squeaky blinders. All right, let me see here. How is that looking? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I guess we can take a look at statistics. Everybody likes statistics. Yeah, you're welcome, Cam Ward fan. Oh yeah, that's right. If you're making video content, then I want to make sure that I can be helpful. Sorry if I almost kicked over the camera there. Thoughts on Shelovs? Yeah, Shelovs. I mean, he has his moments, right? But there is kind of a reason why he was a 3rd string or AHL goaltender. Metallica should have the Sharks goal song. Yeah, I think they should just use the chorus from Hit the Lights. I think that would be perfect. You know, because they're already using Seek and Destroy from the first album. Why don't you just use Hit the Lights from the first album? It's good consistency that way. Speaking of consistency, Nathan MacKinnon has been a model of consistency. He's currently the NHL's leader in points with 78. Crazy. He's on pace for like 147 or something like that. I hope he gets to 150. That would be terrific. The only other player to have 150 in this century is Connor McDavid, and he's probably going to get to that as well because he started the season on the slower side, and he's been blazing hot ever since then. Cortana, you just farted, didn't you? Macklin Celebrini is in 3rd. Will he stay there the whole season? I don't know, but it doesn't matter to me. He's been... I didn't even know that in his prime he would be this good, let me be honest. Kucherov, Draisaitl, another guy featured in today's game, Mikko Rantanen. Pasta had 6 assists. That's definitely going to boost him because he wasn't even here going into today. Martin Necas certainly benefiting from the likes of Nathan MacKinnon, but I mean, he always had that talent in him. Kyle Connor and Mark Scheifele for the Jets, the last place team in the NHL, are pretty close to it. They're pretty close in the top 10 as well. Goal scoring leader by a mile, it's MacKinnon. That's 36. He's on pace to basically hit 70. Excuse me. Don't be surprised if McDavid hits 29. Matt Boldy in 3rd. How about that? Robertson is now tied for 3rd because he has scored today. Geeky's been not quite as hot as of the last few games. Hopefully everything's okay with his family. Celebrini, Kaprizov, Johnston. Yeah, a couple other guys for today's game. Crosby, look at that. The old man, Sid the not so kid. on pace for like, yeah, I really am funny. He's on pace for like 46 goals this year. Brad Marchand, that's kind of one pick that it doesn't necessarily reflect, he's not in the top 10 in scoring, but Brad Marchand has been the MVP of the Panthers so far, going away. Then when we look at, I know, Jake, how the hell does Robertson not make Team USA? No idea. When we look at goals against leaders, Mackenzie Blackwood, former Sharks goalie, and his tandem partner, Scott Wedgwood, that is just ballistic. Not to mention, Blackwood is third in save percentage. I would love to see Mackenzie Blackwood win the Vezina. Really, it's such a shame he didn't get named to Canada's roster. You could you say Jordan Binnington should have been the odd man out? I think that's fair, but then we see what he did for Four Nations. Logan Thompson, look at him. He's right there in save percentage as well, as is, I guess, Darcy Kemper isn't quite that high, but he's still having a really good season. The last game I saw Kemper play in, he was fantastic, even though his team didn't win. Look at that, Jesper Wallstedt and Philip Grubauer. So look at that, the top 4 goaltenders in goals against average, they're tandem goalies on their own team. So that's pretty spectacular. Andrei Vasilevsky has had a really good year for Tampa Bay yet again, too. Blackwood is Canadian, yeah. Let's see here. What else? Defenseman. Hey, look who's at the top. No surprise. It's Kale McCarr. Werenski could be in that Norris Trophy conversation, albeit it sucks. The Jackets probably looking at another year of no playoffs. Lane Hudson's been coming on pretty strongly as of late. Evan Bouchard, I just don't know if he'll ever win a Norris. If you actually look at defense, he's not the sharpest tool in that shed. Darren Radish, what a story he's been this year. 36 goals or 36 points. He's got a lot of goals too. How many? 12 goals. Werenski though at the top with 16. Where's Heiskanen? Heiskanen's also in the top 10 among defensemen. Take Kemper out and put Blackwood in. Yeah, at this point, I think that would be fair. But who knows? Something could come up. I hope. I'm not saying that I want somebody to get injured, though. And look who's in the top 10 still. Erik Karlsson. How about that? The former Shark Norris Trophy winner, Erik Karlsson. Albeit the second in franchise history. Brent Burns in 2017 almost became just the third defenseman since Bobby Orr to be a finalist for the Hart Trophy. Burnsy finished 4th in 2017. Rookie points leader Ivan Demidov is up at the top with 36. Beckett Seneca, I think he leads all defensemen or all rookies in goals. No, it's Oliver Kapanen, although I think Kapanen's older. Schaefer, 12 goals as a defenseman. As a rookie, 18-year-old defenseman, remarkable. I don't think that's even an appropriate word. That is ballistic. That is bonkers. And 29 points, and Islanders fans will tell you he's been playing pretty well in his own zone. Artyom Levshunov, another defenseman, is in the top 10. That's good to see, too. Some of these guys I'm not as familiar with, though. I got to be honest. Linus Karlsson is technically a rookie, although he's like 25 or 26. I don't know. But then again, Michael Bunting was as well. So that's a look at your statistical leaders. In case you're curious about, we're just passing away time during the intermission, by the way. If you want to see where the Sharks rank in the major statistical categories, San Jose right now is 15th in goals for per game at 3.12, and a lot of that is coming at 5-on-5, albeit their goals against is not so sharp. Oh yeah, they're the one of the worst teams, third worst, surrendering 3.49 goals per game. Power play, Sharks power play, getting a little bit better. They're in 16th right now at 19.7%. They do draw a lot of penalties, actually. I think they might draw the most. Penalty kill, not great, but it's been okay as of late. At 78.1%, they rank 21st. So there we go. That's a look at stats. Yesterday, I was at a barbecue watching hockey with your little sister, and she wanted to watch a fight. Are there any stats of fights per team? Yeah, there might be. Let me see if I can pull up something. I know that I'm not showing my screen right now, but I can pull it up. Penalties. Let's see. Penalty kill penalties. Let's see. Majors, I can see major and minor penalties, but I can't see fights. I could ask statmuse.com which NHL team has taken the most fighting penalties in 2025-26. Nah. StatMuse cannot answer any questions about fighting just yet. We've got Blitz. Hi, Twisters. How's Cortana doing today? Well, Cortana, how are you? If anything, you are being fantastic during this live stream. So you should get a little apple. There you go. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, girl. Yeah, I don't know who leads in fighting, but Florida or Tampa Bay is probably at the top. All right, let's see here. Are we going to get underway with the third period? We might. And don't forget, the Stars are going to be on the power play to start that. Hold on 1 second, guys. I think I might need a drink. I think I might need a beer. Do I? Yeah, I do. You just got a haircut. You know, sometimes you feel like $1 million after something like that. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. It is now delicious beer time. And today we have something that will probably knock me on my butt, but hopefully I get through the third period. It's a 16-ounce can of of Hardywood peppermint bark stout. It's I think like 9.2%. It is it's a smooth sipper. You gotta take it slowly. Where is everybody? Well, I'm here. Oh, like where does everybody live? Like, for example, Tiago here is in Brazil. But I always like learning where people are watching from. I live in North Idaho, and the sun's actually kind of out today, which does not happen very much during the winter. We have some snow, albeit it's been melting, but it's a good vibe over here. Does it taste like peppermint? It tastes a lot like peppermint. It is very strong. South Texas. Cool. I've never been to like the South Texas region. The furthest south I've been is San Antonio, just very briefly. I've been to Austin. I've been to Dallas. I almost got rammed into oblivion by a driver in an SUV, but I'm alive. And I've briefly just been through the Panhandle, but I had to go to a steakhouse. It was so good. And in Austin, my Texas knowledge isn't super extensive, but I've been to Terry Black's Barbecue in Austin. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Dallas reporting in, very nice. I go between Chapel Hill and Fayetteville. Oh, I've been to Chapel Hill. I actually drove through there 2 years ago because I stayed in Raleigh for a couple days, went to a Hurricanes game. And yeah, Chapel Hill's a charming town. I had to go over to the Dean Smith Center because I grew up watching North Carolina basketball. So I wanted to at least see that before I road tripped over to Virginia. I tried a peach beer, kind of strange. I mean, you can pretty much make any flavor taste good with beer today, but I don't know. Have I had a peach beer? I think at some point I have. Yeah, there's a peach wheat beer from, I want to say, Odell Brewing Company. That's very good. I like that on a hot day. Very tasty. But yeah, this is very tasty as well. It's just, you have to take it slowly. If you shotgun this, you're going to be on the floor in about 3 minutes. And would that be Fayetteville? I would think Fayetteville, Arkansas, but I could be wrong. I've never been to Arkansas. It is. I can't wait for UNC to build their own hockey barn on campus. Now, is there a plan to do that? Because that would be amazing. UNC's looking decent this year. They have, I think, only 2 or 3 losses. They've beaten a couple of good teams. I'm glad they finally freaking beat Kansas. Just it'd be nice if they could beat them in the in March Madness. All right, everybody, we're gonna get underway with the third period in just a sec here, as the Dallas Stars will be on a power play for a clean 2 minutes. I live in Huntington Beach. Okay. I mean, I've never spent any time there. I've just, driven through it a lot of times on the way to like Disney World. I tried drinking alcohol, but I don't like it. It's so bitter. Hey, to each their own. But not Fayetteville, Arkansas, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Oh, okay. Well, I can't say I know of that so much. I don't know the region all that well, but I would gladly go back though. Everyone was really nice over there. Like kind, friendly, And all my times I've been to Texas, though, everybody's been very friendly as well. Except for that one guy who almost killed me in a car accident. Or almost an accident. Penguins did draw the game. So it's tied up there. I'd like to see the Sharks get things tied up here. The Stars going to have to come out of their zone here with Miro Heiskanen. Probably one of my favorite 5 defenders in the NHL. He's in front of the net right now. Good play by Ferraro to stick Rantanen. He's out at the point for Johnston. Funneled over to Hintz and down low for Mikko. Finds the point where Hintz is. And now back to Miro. Robertson. Looking down low for Johnston, knocked away by Ferraro. But the Stars still have it. Heiskanen. Rantanen the shot. Nedeljkovic might have gotten a piece of that, but play goes on. Johnston behind the net. He's got Robertson. And now Jason at the dot looking for Hintz down low. Nedeljkovic was nearly down and out. Still alive in the Sharks zone. A shot and blocked there immediately by Wenberg. And now Johnston down low. Robertson. Sharks haven't gotten a clear yet. Got 25 seconds in this power play. Rantanen from the point. Bringing it down low, below the goal line. And nice play there from the Sharks PK to knock that away from, I didn't see who it was for the Stars, but that could have been a nice bang play. And speaking of which, they nearly had one just there as well. Final seconds trickled down as the Sharks kill this penalty off. Couldn't hit the guy out of the box, but they're able to send this all the way down. And play will go on with 5-on-5. Good job by the Sharks PK. Dallas power play looking a little bit, methodical, I would say. Not trying to rush into any shots, but Sharks did a good job containing them. And Ritzkovian doing a nice job of containing there as they're able to hold the Sharks zone. Harley. And now Eklund steers this out for Chernyshov, trying to get a beat on Lyubushkin, and he does, but he's behind the net. 2 defenders converge on him. Stars come back the other way. Duchesne moving it down for Bork. We have a battle in the corner here. Skated out by Eklund. He nearly lost a handle on it. Trying to get around Lundqvist, but a nice back check. But he takes a turnover there. Chernyshov couldn't quite whack that over to Wenberg, and the Stars will come the other way. Actually, this is going to go down for an icing. I just realized the longest tenured Shark is Mario Ferraro, and I think that's by a long shot, too. I think probably Eklund might be the second longest tenured. Yeah. Goodrow, if you count his time with San Jose in both stints. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, it was no goal for the Penguins, so they're still down 2-1. Turnover, Reeves, and saved by DeSmith. Actually, Foxa picks it up. Ryan Reeves almost tying this up. I hope we don't trade Ferraro. Interesting. I say only if the price is right. But you don't want him to walk in free agency. That's the thing. I don't know if he wants to stay with San Jose. I think he does. But I just don't know if we can make room for him because we have other talented defensemen in our pipeline. And I mean, but he's a heart and soul guy. Really, he is. And the Sharks ice the puck with the first 4 minutes just about gone by. Yeah, they're going back to the Reeves shot there. Yeah, oh man, that just trickled a little bit wide of the crease after DeSmith got a piece of it. You're saying we should trade Ferraro? All right, Lindell at center ice. Trying to dump it in. And we got a puck out of play in the Shark zone. San Jose leads in shots, by the way, by a margin of 21-15. Yeah, I don't want to just give up Ferraro for, for a third round draft pick. Even, you could probably get more for him with how much he's been in trade rumors. I would think that somebody would be willing to pony up. He's a minute muncher. He's a shot blocker and a penalty killer. Nice read by Leddy. He's going to keep that away from Steele. But Johnston is on him like white on rice. Rantanen, good support by Regenda. Slapped by Toffoli into the Star zone and giving chase is Regenda. And he puts on a hit. Trying to center this one. He's got two defenders on him, Rantanen and Heiskanen. And the Finnish Mafia able to chip it out. You have what is that? But Banoffee? Is that banana coffee? I don't know what that is. It's funny hearing somebody else talk about ice cream except me. Because, like, I'm an ice creamaholic. But then again, it's not exactly ice. I mean, I can always have ice cream. But it's not ice cream weather, so I'm not, like, craving it, All right, Iorio. Trying to chip it out of the zone. Skinner trying to knock away this loose puck. He's going to kick it. And he dishes it out. Gaudette! Backhander and denied by DeSmith. He'll cover up with Graf breathing down his neck. It's a dessert with banana, chantilly, and cookies. Interesting. That sounds... I don't know what chantilly is. That's probably a liqueur. But I'd try it. I was in New Orleans back in June. And I went to this restaurant where they invented the bananas Foster dish. Which is good. I don't think it's anywhere near the best dessert. Oh, nice save there by DeSmith off of, I don't know if that was who that was for San Jose, if it was Celebrini. Turned over by Chernyshov. Heiskanen, and Celebrini knocks it down in the neutral zone and hands it over to Chernyshov. What a great play as he's falling down, too. Now he takes it. Macklin at the dot. Ritzkovian, though, nice defense. Eklund trying to keep things alive in the zone. But now the Stars are able to chip the puck clear. And now here's Duchesne, a back pass. He's got Blackwell. Good disruption there by Orlov. Otherwise, that is an open or a grade A chance for Dallas. And now Orlov is going to skate it into the Stars zone. A back pass. Chernyshov, loose puck in the slot there. Things got almost interesting as Orlov hands it over to Chernyshov. He centers it, but nobody's there. Letty scoops up the loose puck. Celebrini, he fires it off of back. And that puck went probably so high it could reach the scoreboard. I don't know what you're talking about, Blitzcat. Tiago's super chill. Letty playing it up for Reeves. Into the corner, giving chase is Goodrow. DeSmith played this. And now the Stars skate the other way. It's Capobianco, the go-ahead goal for the Dallas Stars. Steal out to the point, a shot, and it goes over the net. Eat chicken. Yeah, eating chicken is a very good idea. I love chicken. Rebound, saved by Nedeljkovic, and the Stars score off the loose change. And the Sharks' defense is puck watching, and that's a dagger. That could be a dagger goal for Dallas. It's 4-2. That's a little frustrating for me as a Sharks fan. Dallas Stars! Dallas Stars! Here you go. Dallas Stars! Dallas Stars! Who's getting the goal there? Is that Mikko Rantanen? Yep. He sure is. That's Mikko Rantanen's goal. It didn't go right in the net. Nedeljkovic got a piece of it, but it's going to be tough to come back from this with just 12 minutes left now. The Sharks might need some Macklin magic. And can we see Mrs. Kitty? Mrs. Kitty. I don't know. Maybe she'll come over. She hasn't come over yet. All right, Wenberg. Out to the point. Iorio and Nedeljkovic, make that DeSmith with a glove save, and he'll cover up here. We go to a commercial break. Mikko Rantanen has made it 4-2 Stars. Oh, what's it going to take, girl? What did Mikko Rantanen ever do to the Hurricanes? He was kind of checked out the moment that he got to Raleigh. But, I see it this way. It worked out for both teams in the end. I mean, the Hurricanes got Logan Stankov in, and he's been very good for them. And they got a good, first round pick out of that too. Chick-fil-A. I like Chick-fil-A tastes perfectly fine. I just never saw really the hype behind it so much. Like if I need fast food, it's a pretty good option, but I don't know, just doesn't dazzle me. Pardon. Then again, I mean, I don't do too much fast food. It's been forever since I had like Chipotle, if you want to call that fast food. But being from California originally, we don't have it where I live now. But of course, In-N-Out always has a dear place in my heart. Although I understand how some people think it's overrated. The cows are the best thing about Chick-fil-A. See, nobody ever talks about. Do they actually have burgers there? I didn't even know. Because nobody talks about it. The good news for the Sharks is that in a lot of these games where they get blown out, they come back pretty good the next game. They're not getting blown out today, but not yet. But I want to have some optimism they can find their game against the Golden Knights, but we'll see about that. Toffoli and Harley now for the Stars, trying to get this out of the Dallas zone. Turned over, though, at the top. Regenda. And now he'll have to regroup with his teammates as Wenberg and Regenda trying to establish the zone. But a good back check there from Maverick Bork. Although we're going to get a hooking call, the Sharks are going to go back on the power play. And as you know, Jeff Skinner had scored in the second period to tie that game up, or tie this game up. So to the box goes Ilya Lyubushkin, and San Jose, we'll see if they can capitalize on the opportunity. And Ilya Lyubushkin in for hooking. I see. No burgers at Chick-fil-A. A shot from Celebrini and immediately off of Capobianco, who has what would stand as the winning goal at this moment. And the Stars get it clear. And bringing it up the ice is Eklund. He'll go on the wing to Toffoli. And ramping up the stick of Oscar back and out of play. So he actually said there were three teams he would resign with, and Carolina isn't one of them. Yeah, and then his camp was kind of fussy on that subject too, weren't they? Carolina's won a few more playoff series than Toronto has. A shot and wide of the net there off the bid from Celebrini. He'll take it back. He shoots again off somebody in front. Sharks are able to collect the puck again. Wenberg out to the point. Orlov. Celebrini. He gets to the front. They score off the rebound. It's Toffoli, and it's 4-3. And the Sharks have life. The Sharks have life. San Jose now 2 for 4 on the power play, as Toffoli will get credit for the goal. I think that's his 12th of the year, I want to say, 12th or 13th. Good job for Tyler. And yet again, the Sharks are able to get back into the game as a result of Macklin Celebrini. Penguins actually lost, huh? Hockey from home, what's going on? Thank you for joining us. And nice job by the Leafs in their last game against the Flyers. If I could play hockey with one Looney Tunes character, who would it be? Oh, dude, Speedy Gonzalez, man. I've got the passes. I can sauce it over to him. Then he could, skate between players' legs. Macklin, you are my goat. Exactly. He's the Maxiah. At least we aren't consistently first. Yeah. I mean, credit to the Maple Leafs. They've won at least a couple rounds in the last, 3 years or whatever. But Carolina, man, I love them. I love them, but hopefully they don't have to draw Florida in the conference final again this year. But things are starting to get a little bit better. I would choose Daffy or Lola. Give me the puck. You didn't pass the puck. You're despicable. I don't know. Just spitballing. All right. So off the Toffoli goal, San Jose on their 24th shot makes this a 1-goal game. And under 10 minutes left, we'll see if the Sharks have a little bit of an extra charge to them. As for the Stars, they're coming at the Sharks right now. Harley shoots off the blocker of Nedeljkovic and out of play. What about Tasmanian Devil? Yeah, I mean, the spin moves from him would be redonkulous. At least Speedy Gonzalez, though, it's easier to communicate with him. Tasmanian Devil has a little bit of Link Gates in him. He would probably just take a shift off to go get a burger from the concessions. Or what about Gossamer, who not too many people know about? Gossamer is like the red fuzzy mammoth of a creature that should probably be your goalie. Yeah. My Daffy impressions suck. Been a long time since I've watched Looney Tunes there, kid. A long time. Yeah, I don't know. Who can I imitate for Looney Tunes? Probably nobody now. Let's see here. Cortana is looking at the camera thinking about how she would want to help San Jose win. Yeah, she would just be a distraction. She's like, hey, Dallas, look at me. I'm cute. If I'd play hockey with a fictional character, it would be Charlie Brown. I don't know, man. Watching him play football is painful at times. Here, girl. How about another treat? I got you here. All right. So the Sharks' power play has really come alive. 2 goals against the LA Kings. Not to mention Celebrini scoring with the net emptied. And then 2 goals today on, I think, 4 opportunities for them. So that's great. And like I said this earlier, but, consider some of the weapons that are missing for them. Misa, Will Smith, who was a power play merchant. Who was the guy who'd take a shift off and go get a burger? That was Link Gates, original San Jose Shark from the inaugural season. And Duchesne had the back door open, but a good play there by Leddy. Leddy's made some really good plays today. I ain't gonna front, man. Leddy's done some good things today. And now Heiskanen fighting off Regenda, who I've also liked quite a bit. And a loose puck. Let's see if we can keep this in at the point. Nope, it's skated out. Here comes the Moose. And a great back check from Ferraro. Sharks are going to get a line change here. We're down to 9-10 here in regulation. How do you spell Link Gates? Like that. Peppermint Patty. Yeah, Peppermint Patty would throw down too, I bet. Or maybe you want to play with Linus, because with a name like that, he probably has good hockey genes. A shot wide of the Sharks' net and lifted clear. Chernyshov trying to cherry pick there. And now dumped in for Maverick Bork behind the Sharks' net. Orlov, good play, puts a body on him. And now the Sharks picking up the pace here. Celebrini hands it off to Chernyshov. Yeah, Harley gives him a bit of a shove. And Eklund trying to strip it from Harley. Foxa now trying to get behind Leddy. And Celebrini will scoop up the loose puck. Skinner ahead for Graf, but that was way too far ahead. Burnsy got another one? No way. Love it. Skinner now trying to find the point. He just sends it to the net. Oh my God, that almost went through. Now Graf in the corner. Hockey IQ master Colin Graf in a shot that goes off Foxa from Leddy into the netting. (24-19) the shots favor the Sharks. It's not very often the Sharks are out shooting their opponents. 7:41 remaining. What will the Sharks have to do to tie this up potentially? Winning the draw always helps a lot, though. Excuse me. Wait, I'm like halfway. Wait, I'm more than halfway through this beer. Good thing I'm cooking steaks tonight. I'm going to need some good sustenance for that. Stars clearing the puck. And now here is Matt Duchene, or Rantanen, excuse me, 95-96, right? Little hard to tell the difference. It was like when Burakovsky played on the Avalanche. And now Wenberg's going to take this behind his net. He does have the first goal of the night for the Sharks, or of the afternoon. Getting it by Lindell into the corner. Rims around to Foley's there to take it away from Hintz. Move to the point. Liljegren, he shoots. And a good screen in front. Loose puck covered up by DeSmith. Still alive. And cleared out of the zone. And this will actually be an icing. DeSmith, big save there. Sharks nearly pouncing on a loose puck. It feels weird to see Skinner on the Sharks. A little bit, but I mean, he's in the twilight of his career. So it's like he's just going to take one-year contracts going forward. Jeff Skinner beat out Logan Couture for the Calder Trophy back in 2011. That's my little claim to fame there, or my little fun fact of your afternoon. Sharks trying to hold the zone. Eklund able to bump this behind the Stars net, but Celebrini can't quite get to the puck first. Bork all the way down. No icing. And settling it here is Vincent Iorio. We should just call him Oreo. Sharks could use a little cream filling right now. No, I'm just joking. Iorio from center ice. And it goes around the Dallas net. Eklund from behind the net, looking to wrap it around. No, he fakes. Oh, man, he had somebody in front, Celebrini, but Labushkin or Ritskovian, very astute play to knock Macklin down before the puck reached him. Cortana wants one so bad. Yeah, I got a few more to spare. Here we go, girl. And that is some organic apple heading her way. Graf trying to get around Harley. Labushkin scoops up the loose puck and he'll dump it at center ice. Letty. Sharks get the zone. Here's Skinner. He shoots. Oh, I thought he scored for a second there. Oh, God. So close for Jeff Skinner, who does have one of the goals today for San Jose. We're down to 5:20. Dickinson is down in the zone. Dickinson trying to fight it from Labushkin. Ooh, a puck that took a deflection in front. Graf collects it. Shot from the point. They score! Adam Gaudette. Sharks tie it up, baby. Woo! 4-4. This team never says die. Good girl, Cortana. My God, I love this team. This team is so freaking fun to watch. Who got the primary there? That was a shot pass. Sam Dickinson, a brilliant shot pass. That might be the best offensive play from Sam Dickinson all year. And for a guy who has a great set of skills offensively, I'm very excited for the future. But that is his best play in Teal in the offensive zone. His defense has certainly progressed a lot over this year. He's got more work to do, but I think that he's on a good track right now. To tying it up again. Here we go, baby. But plenty of hockey left. We'll see if Dallas has some pushback. All right, Sharks gaining the star zone again. Nice stick lift there. Esa Lindell making the play there. Otherwise, we might have had another opportunity. Orlov, he's going to backhand it into the Stars' corner. Regenda out there. So some good beef for the Sharks. As long as there's air in your lungs and a heartbeat in your chest, never say die. Who said that recently, by the way? Was that... It wasn't Celebrini who said that. All right, commercial break. Final commercial break of the period, I think. And then we'll see if the Sharks have it in them, or if Dallas can just send some traffic into the net. Harrison Smith said that in the last Vikings game. That's right, or like penultimate Vikings game. Oh man, I was like, I've never been like, oh my god, Harrison Smith is my favorite player, but they're gonna miss the hell out of him. Did you see CJ Ham in the lock? This is Minnesota Vikings talk, totally different. 30 people watching. Hey now. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're in a commercial break at the moment. But yeah, seeing CJ Ham, the locker room speech after the final game of the season. Yeah, homeboy got a little bit choked up here. I could not hold back. Yeah, so goals for the Sharks. So who's on the board tonight or today? Wenberg, Skinner, Toffoli, and Gaudette. That's pretty great for a team that's missing Misa and Smith and some of the offense from Klingberg. I mean, that's pretty great that some of these veterans who weren't even on the team last year, well, two of them, they've come through today. You got a little teary-eyed? Yeah, I think that's totally fine. It's pretty great. It was very sweet what CJ Ham had to share there. So we'll see what happens here, fellas. The Sharks never say die. But the Stars, we know, they've got weapons aplenty. Sharks power play has looked very good today, scoring twice. All right, we got Celebrini and Hintz in the face-off. Lundqvist looked like he had control of it for a second there. Now Chernyshov scoops up the loose puck. Nice block there by Harley. And now Robertson backhands it from center ice into the corner, steered by Nedeljkovic. As Hinskinen is going to steer this around, comes out to the point for Harley. Maverick Bourque shot in front. Good job by Celebrini getting body positioning there. He's going to chip it all the way down, but it's going to come down on an icing with 3:36 left in regulation. And I got to pee, man. But I won't be doing that here. Celebrini was looking for a penalty on Hintz there. Johnston, he's going to have to take this outside the zone. Onto the wing where Rantanen is. Good defense there from Dickinson, though. And Celebrini, big scrum in the corner. Eklund able to skate this out. He'll dump it from center ice. Top line for the Sharks will change up. Sam Steele. And then played by Liljegren behind the Sharks net. Onto the wing for Pavel Regenda. Good knockdown there from Heiskanen. And the Sharks will have to actually tag up here. Heiskanen from center ice. Around for Orlov. Well, I mean, as Orlov plays it. Regenda. And now Toffoli into the Dallas zone. He'll softly backhand this behind the net. Back for Dallas is able to chip it out. And now into the zone. He's got the puck and he'll back pass it to Harley. Harley's got a shooting lane. He pulls up. He shoots. Didn't get a good shot on it, though. Skinner trying to knock this out of the zone. The Stars will regroup from behind their nets. Harley into the neutral zone for Foxa from center ice. He'll dump it in. Touched by Nedeljkovic. And he'll just safely play it over to Iorio. Graf able to get this behind the Dallas net now, so it'll be DeSmith's turn. Gaining the Sharks zone. Oh, big check there from Celebrini on Bourque. And calling Graf, he'll move it ahead. Eklund almost had a beat on Heiskanen. Good back check from Miro. He's made plenty of excellent defensive plays, especially on the Sharks top line tonight. That's been a very fun matchup to watch. Orlov trying to pinch in here as Bourque Fending him off. Getting it to Lindell from behind the net. And now Jason Robertson to center ice. And the Stars will chip it in. We'll get some changes. We're down to $1.17 here in regulation. Neither team being overly aggressive. Off the skate of Eklund, but into the Stars zone. Moved along by Harley to Duchesne. Retrieving it as Ferraro over to Leddy. Leddy's had himself probably, I think, defensively his best game in teal. He's been very good today. And now turned over by Toffoli. Here comes Duchesne. Now Rantanen. He's got the slot open. Knocked away. Skating the other way is Pavel Regenda. Trying to get a beat on Thomas Harley. Coming in, Regenda hard. He puts it on net and saved by DeSmith as he falls to the ice. Now a breakaway for Dallas. They come in, they shoot. And a big save by Nedeljkovic as he denies Johnston. I thought that was going to be a clear goal. 24 seconds left. Johnston to the point where Heiskanen is. A drop pass, a shot. Blocked in front by Graf. Excuse me, somebody else. Regenda. 10 seconds left. Dallas retreating. Lindell coming up as they gain the zone. Maybe one more chance for the Stars. Knocked away by the Sharks. Final second. And we are going to overtime, and the Sharks able to fight off a 2-goal deficit, and they'll go to 3-on-3. And what an interesting finish this is going to be. Well, guys, give me your overtime winners in the chat. Who scores an OT? All right, I'll say for Dallas, I'll go. I'm gonna go 95. I'll go Matt Duchesne. For the Sharks, I'm gonna say. Well, let's see here. Who hasn't scored a goal today? All right, if it's not Macklin Celebrini, it's gonna be. I'm going Wenny. Nobody scores. Oh, come on. I can't do that. I don't like shootouts, but hey. Pavel Regenda. Hey, Regenda's played really good today. Yeah, give me Wenberg. If not, I'll go for you're gonna say Jeff Skinner. Okay. Selly for the win. All right, somebody had to do it. Why not? Let's go, baby. It's gonna go to a shootout. I hope not. Even if we lose, I'd rather lose in overtime than a shootout. But speaking of which, guys, the Sharks, the last time a game has been decided 3-on-3, the Sharks are 8-0. They lost their first 2 games in overtime. Those were the first 2 games of the year, I think. But they've rattled off 8 straight. Violet says, please win. I don't know what team you're going for. I would think the Sharks here, but we'll see. Riley says Macklin. If not, it would be Wyatt Johnston for the Stars. Now, if you folks want more of these streams, please do hit the like and subscribe if you're new here and want more of this. I do appreciate that. Here, Cortana, let's just for even getting a point against Dallas, let's give you a treat. That's a girl. Sharks win because Nedeljkovic. Nedeljkovic hasn't had a great game today, but he made that huge save off of Johnston there. Otherwise, yeah, there's no way the Sharks come back from that. For whom the bell tolls. Great song. Trevor, welcome to the show. I'll go Eklund winning it again. All right, so we're underway. Here we go. And it's going to be played by Lindell from behind his net. He's out there with Hintz. And is that Steele? Sam Blue Steele for the Dallas Stars. 71-21, and I would think Orlov for the Sharks. I missed my bathroom break. That's okay. I'll hold it. I mean, it's like, look, I can clench another part of my body. My ass is already clenching pretty hard. Would I ever start a video game channel? Probably not, but what's funny is I nearly started a gaming channel instead of this channel. I had made a logo for it and everything. Now here's Rantanen. Oh, and he gets absolutely decked. I don't know if that was Orlov. Or excuse me, that might have been Liljegren. Turned over, though, by Wenberg. And we're going to get a penalty. The Sharks are going to go to a power play as Mikko Rantanen one of the leading penalty minutes offenders in the NHL is going to go to the box. He slams his stick on the glass. Do I still have the logo? Somewhere I might. It's from a very, I mean, my channel's now, it's turning 8 years old this year. Yeah, it turns 8 years old next month. No Hattie for Burnsy, but hey, 2 goals for Burnsy. I like that. Will Eklund says, okay, I don't want to butcher that name. Phonetically, it's a very pretty name, but I will not. So a Sharks power play. Sharks are 2 for 4 on the power play, but hey, 4 on 3. If you turn that over, that is absolute trouble the other way. Violet says it's happening. Cue the Michael Scott. Macklin shoots, and Lindell able to block it out of play. By the way, to quote Urinating Tree, the BS is real. Wenberg in the circle. Toffoli and Eklund are out there. I don't know who's playing the point right now because I can't see it. Macklin. Who else? He's going to feed it over to Toffoli. And Sully, Fox out there, defending the point for the Stars. Sully shoots. Behind the net, Wenberg. And he tried to hand it off to somebody. I don't know who he was going for. We get a puck out of play. And we'll get a face-off, but still in the Dallas zone with 1:34 left on this power play. Dallas is not the Stars tonight. Yeah, I'm surprised they only have 20 shots on goal. They just look a little bit, I don't know. They just don't look like they have a sense of urgency in their game as much. Except they win the face-off and they clear it down. Macklin into the Stars zone. He's going to hand it off on the wing to Toffoli. Drops it over to Eklund, or excuse me, Wenberg at the point. And now Eklund hands it over to Macklin. Top of the circle. Macklin shoots. Rebound. Loose puck. Scooped up. Toffoli shoots. And saved there by DeSmith. Macklin's got it now. He plays it over. One-timer. Toffoli. He scores! Tyler Toffoli wins it in overtime. And the Sharks come back from down 4-2. They take this last game in the regular season against the Dallas Stars. Cortana, goal treat. Let's play the horn, baby. Let's do it again, baby. Unbelievable finish here for the San Jose Sharks as they find another way to win in overtime. They have won their last 9 games as decided in 3-on-3 overtime, and the crazy ride driven by Macklin Celebrini continues for the San Jose Sharks, and this time it's Tyler Toffoli getting the overtime winner. What a beauty. Oh, DeSmith broke his stick? I didn't even notice that. Let me just look at this highlight again. But Toffoli on the one-timer from Macklin. Or was that Eklund? Excuse me. The reverse psychology didn't work. Congrats. Hey, thank you. I know some people are going to bounce out. Please do hit the thumbs up before you go. I appreciate that. I'm going to stay on just for a couple more minutes here. Then I got to pee. Then I got to feed Cortana too. Man, this freaking team. You just like this is like a 1994 Sharks run. They were winless their first, I think, 9 or 11 games. And then they made the playoffs and they beat Detroit in the first round. This team, man. Ung did it. Sharks for the cup. Dude, if we make the playoffs, that in and of its own is a huge achievement. But I mean, if we won a playoff round, I would need to change my pants, really. God dang, the future is teal. Yes, sir. What a game. Yeah, and I appreciate you guys joining me for this. It's been a treat going through the whole roller coaster with you. Cortana needs more treats. I've got, let's see here. I've got what, 3 treats? Oh, perfect. So some apple. Whoop. That's 1 goal for Toffoli. Another goal for Toffoli. And let's give a little treat on behalf of Nick Leddy, who actually played a really good game. Yeah, you missed that one, girl. All right, guys. I think I'll actually bounce out right now. I'm going to watch the post game. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully we'll do this again pretty soon. Let's go Sharks. And I'll see you around for another stream pretty soon.